Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because today we are diving into one of the wildest, most electrifying, and downright unimaginable storylines in modern NFL history. A storyline so massive that it has Cowboys Nation buzzing, Patriots fans stunned, and the entire football world flipping upside down. I'm talking about the blockbuster bombshell that Bill Belichick, the legendary mastermind, the architect of one of the most dominant dynasties the NFL has ever seen, is reportedly signing with none other than the Dallas Cowboys in a move that feels absolutely surreal, almost cinematic in scale, yet completely possible given the direction both Belichick and the Cowboys organization have seemed to be heading. Imagine it, the iconic hoodie strolling the sidelines of at&T Stadium, the stoic, stone-faced general now steering the most glamorous, high-profile franchise in American sports. The team that lives under brighter lights than anyone else, the Dallas freaking Cowboys. This is the kind of moment that rewrites narratives, redefines legacies, and shakes the tectonic plates of the league. And today, we're going deep, way deeper than surface-level news. We're unraveling how this happened, why it makes sense for both sides, what it means for the Cowboys' future, what Belichick's arrival signals for Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, the defense, the front office, Jerry Jones, and most importantly, the future landscape of the entire NFL as a whole. Now, let's not pretend this came out of nowhere. For years, the Cowboys have been the team that consistently stacked regular season wins, made headlines, built hype, but ultimately fell short when it mattered most. Under Jason Garrett, under Mike McCarthy, even with explosive offensive talent, elite pass rushers, superstar skill players, and high expectations every single season, the Cowboys kept hitting the same wall: inconsistent playoff performances, questionable in-game decisions, and a frustrating inability to get over the hump. Jerry Jones, for all his loyalty, is a man who craves greatness, who tastes Super Bowls like oxygen, and who has spent decades searching for the next coach capable of bringing Dallas back to the mountaintop. Meanwhile, Belichick, after leaving New England following an unprecedented two-decade-plus dynasty, found himself on the outside of the NFL, looking in a legend without a home, a mastermind without a battlefield. A coach who proved everything there was to prove yet still carried the competitive fire that only the NFL's elite feel burning in their bones. Belichick coaching the Cowboys might sound like a video game simulation, but the more you think about it, the more it becomes clear this is exactly the kind of move Jerry Jones would make: bold, dramatic, legacy-defining, and absolutely headline-dominating. And for Belichick, the Cowboys offer something that no other NFL franchise can: the biggest stage, the biggest brand, unlimited resources, a roster brimming with young talent, national spotlight, and the opportunity to silence critics once and for all by winning without Tom Brady on the most iconic team in football. If Belichick wants to write a final masterpiece, Dallas is the perfect canvas. Now, let's talk implications, because this move isn't just massive, it's era-shifting. Think of what this means for the Cowboys' defense alone. Belichick is famous for turning mid-round picks, undrafted players, and overlooked prospects into top-tier defensive weapons. Give him Micah Parsons, a generational athlete, a defensive wrecking ball who can dominate from linebacker, edge, inside, outside, wherever you line him up, and Belichick would treat him like a real-life chess piece, unleashing him in ways we haven't even imagined. Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, all the young defensive backs the Cowboys love to rotate, those guys would flourish under Belichick's disguise-heavy, matchup-based system. The defense would become more disciplined, more unpredictable, and yes, more terrifying for opposing quarterbacks. Now the offense, and this is where it gets even more intriguing. Belichick has always tailored his offensive philosophy to his personnel. Early Patriots? Ground and pound, clock control. Brady-era peak? Spread concepts, surgical precision. Post-Brady? Run first, smash mouth football. For Dallas, with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, a strong offensive line, and multiple role players, Belichick wouldn't just impose a system, he'd build one around the strengths already there. Imagine Dak operating under a coach known for maximizing quarterback decision-making. Imagine the Cowboys' offense being more balanced, more situationally aware, more unpredictable. And imagine Belichick having a say in the draft and free agency, hand-selecting players who fit his master blueprint. That alone could transform Dallas from inconsistent to methodically dangerous. But while Cowboys fans are celebrating this potential pairing, let's also acknowledge the elephant in the room, the relationship between Belichick and Jerry Jones. These are two titanic personalities, two power brokers accustomed to running the show, two men who have built empires on their own terms. The big question is, can they coexist? And more importantly, can they collaborate? Belichick demands control. He builds cultures. He sets the tone from the ground up. Jerry Jones loves involvement, press conferences, personnel decisions, the big voice in the organization. If these two find harmony instead of clashing, this partnership could be unstoppable. If they don't, well, it could crack quickly. But maybe, just maybe, both men understand the stakes. Jerry wants another ring before his era ends. Belichick wants one more masterpiece to cement everlasting greatness. Their goals align more than people realize. Now think about the locker room. Think about the Cowboys players hearing that Bill Belichick is walking in as their head coach. The instant respect. The instant accountability. The instant elevation of expectations. Belichick changes cultures overnight. His presence alone demands precision, discipline, focus. That is exactly what Dallas has lacked in crucial playoff moments. And let's talk fan reaction. Cowboys fans are buzzing like they haven't in years. Patriots fans are torn between heartbreak and respect. NFL fans everywhere are stunned but fascinated. The media is already preparing for 24/7 Belichick in Dallas coverage. This isn't just a coaching change. This is a season-long event. A multi-year storyline. A total rebranding of the Dallas Cowboys' identity. And for the NFL, this is a massive shift. Instant ratings. Instant pressure on NFC teams. Instant speculation about how long Belichick will coach and what kind of legacy he wants to leave behind. Whether you love the Cowboys or love to hate them, this move matters. It shapes the league. It changes matchups. It fuels rivalries. It brings an entire new layer of intensity to the NFC playoff picture. And for Belichick, this is more than a last job, it's a legacy mission. If he wins in Dallas, if he brings the Cowboys back to the promised land, if he shows he can win big in a totally different environment, his legacy becomes untouchable. And that story, that quest, that unfinished chapter, is what makes this potential signing so electrifying. So buckle up, Cowboys fans, buckle up, NFL fans, because if Bill Belichick truly becomes the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, we are witnessing one of the greatest twists in league history. This isn't just news. This is a turning